Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything stands out west. You look at the Pelicans, they've managed to crawl down to the 9th best record in the conference. And, of course, the Jayhawks, 2.5 games back.
And when I look at Texas, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, Greg, they can start to break out of that pack.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Lights out there with G. Then there's Buttons. Then there's J. And it's Q in at the 4 slot. And for Texas, we've got Cunningham. AI is out there with Bottom. And there's the captain. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Clark, midseason rumors now in full session. When a player requests a trade, how strongly do you think that affects team chemistry?
You know, Kevin, I'm all for players voicing their choice and actually having an opportunity to express themselves, but it can be detrimental if a player in the middle of the season makes it known that he's not interested in being there. It can have a terrible effect on team chemistry, in my opinion.
And the Longhorns with possession here after the basket by the Jayhawks. Ripped away. Here's Dotson. He's guarded by AI. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. From 17 feet out, and he hits the jump shot. Here's G. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Here's Q. They get it back. Azubuike, no good. The Longhorns with the ball. It's blocked. Here's G. And it's blocked.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Bottoms. That shot off, and it's the Jayhawks the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Texas team.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Well, you look at these teams, evenly matched, similar capabilities. That makes for exciting games. We'll see if that's the case tonight. Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Cunningham looking it over. Clock at 6. Back to Baker. Misses off the right iron.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Azubuike, rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Longhorns, trailing by 2.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
Azubuike, good.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup. He can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
And it'll be Texas with their first time out of the game right here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. There's Baker. 11 points for him in that last game again. On the wing, Williams passes it to Bottoms. Baker kicks to Williams. Rebounded by the Jayhawks.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Pass to Baker. Over Azubuike. And another miss by Texas.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Jayhawks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
The first one falls, and Texas will go for a different look here. Doc, he's checked in for Baker. Jones comes in for Cunningham. B-Train's checked in for Williams. And it's Shorty in for Bottoms. Cowboys checked in for the Jayhawks. Speedy comes in for G. That's also hits both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The pass to Shorty. Now AI. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. B-Train passes to Shorty. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Shorty.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
He's coming off a 22-point game again. Jay, the pass to Speedy. Three-pointer, Lawson. It's good from long range.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
AI outside. From the baseline. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter of the game. Lawson outside. Back to Dodson. Back to Lawson. Good work defensively by Jones.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now, here's AI. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes it to B-Train. A three-pointer off the mark. Jayhawks leading by 6. Here's Speedy. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Puts it up from 12, and it's off the back rim. No good. Here's Sims, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the visiting team with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from the Jayhawks in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Texas trails by 6. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Texas. Shorty out there with AI. And there's B-Train. Then it's Jones. And it's Sims in at the center position. Here's Garrett. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jayhawks will have another go.
A chance to check out AI here. How his last 10 games have gone. 9th in assists. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute power.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10. He's drawing the defense and making the perfect drive. As Abuki with the balls there. Abuki, good. As a lead. They've been offense.
High spell for sure.
Pass to B-Train. Now, here's AI. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Jones. And another miss by Texas. 8. Here's Speedy. Pass to D. Good basket starting off for 1 with that shot. For For Texas, they've gone 0, still looking for that first here in the second quarter. And Texas time. And Clark, when you know how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but I need to expand it and was just to the three-point line. Offensively, be a more committed into the better there. Scoring, rebounding over.
Here's what Texas is right now. Cunningham comes in for Jones. Williams each right, and it's Bottoms in for AI.
Give them credit. Offensively, they are a more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want.
Here's Bottoms. No points in the game yet for him. Got a piece of it. And good. And the Jayhawks lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Baker.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
Exactly. I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
Here's Q. That's in. And he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Here's Baker. 5 points in the game. Good for his third buck for 6 from the field.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's D. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Williams. Here's Shorty, and Texas tacks on 2 more.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Here's Garrett. Good on the 3-point shot. Garrett's got his first 3 points of the game.
He just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And Texas calls time here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game that they're always privy to.
Typically, there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jayhawks. Cowboy comes in for D, and Lights Out subbed in for the Magician. Here's Bottoms, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And yes, it's good.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Pass to Q. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer. Lawson sinks the triple. Lawson's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pass to Shorty. Here's Bottoms. 55 seconds left in the first half.
And I don't care what his size is, you cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
And there's the pass to Q. Here's Dotson. He's coming off a 13-point game again. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
There's 21 seconds left now here in the second. Bottoms finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's G. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And so it's the visiting team bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Checking out the Jayhawks. Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
And simple, Chief. They just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. If they can carry this over to the second half, it's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And you know, Buckets has really been making it happen, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Texas trails by 7, and so in the game for the Jayhawks, we've got lights out. Buckets is out there with Q. Then it's G, and it's J, and at the 3, the small forward. G. Mark a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points, and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's G. Rebound by Williams. And it's Williams with the ball for Texas. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Coleman. Passes it to Baker. Shot clock at 6. Over Azubuike. Baker, no good. And the Jayhawks have possession. They've led by as much as 10. Here's G, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. G's got his second basket of the night. There's Baker. 7 points in the game. Here is Cunningham. He's covered by Azubuike. To the wing on the left. Jay, the pass to Azubuike. Doesn't go that time. So the Longhorns will take it the other way. Here's Williams. Rebound by Azubuike. Azubuike's got his 6th rebound on the night. Dotson the pass to G. Back to Dotson. Here's the dish to G. The Jayhawks need to get off a shot here over AI. Here's Azubuike, and the rebound goes to the Longhorns. Baker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Cunningham dishes it to AI. Pass to Baker. Here's Bottoms. The fadeaway. Good on the bucket. Bottoms got 8.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And now the first timeout called here for the Jayhawks. And the Longhorns with some changes. He's checked in for Baker. Jones comes in for Cunningham. And B-Train subbed in for Williams. Then for the Jayhawks. D, he's checked in for J. The Magician comes in for G. And Speedy subbed in for Lights Out. Texas trails by 7. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Out of bounds as Texas keeps possession. Now we take a look at the 2K leaderboard to see who the best rebounders in the NBA have been over the last 10 games. And you take a look at Azubuike, one of the game's best, second in the league.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
Here's Bottoms, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bottoms got 6 points in the quarter.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Shoots from 12. That one drops for him.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
AI kicks to Jones. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Grimes, and that one drops for him. And the Jayhawks lead by 9. For Texas, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Coleman, the pass to B-Train. AI outside. There's the pass to B-Train. Longhorns passing it around. Just 5 to shoot. The Longhorns need to get off a shot. Kept alive. Jones, no luck.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Here's Jones after the basket by the Jayhawks. AI outside, passes to Bottoms. AI outside, pass to B-Train. Here's Sims. Second chance shot, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He's just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Shorty, he's checked in for Bottoms. And the Jayhawks also making a change. Cowboys checked in for D. And that one misses. Jayhawks leading by 9. Lawson surveying the D. Lays it up off the glass. Lawson's got 8 points.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Here's B-Train. Here's Jones. Longhorns have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so Jones nails both of them. There's 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Speedy. He's got 6. Lawson outside. Azubuike trying to break free. No good from Lawson. AI outside. 17 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The pass to B-Train. 6 to shoot. Here's Sims, and the basket is good. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Lawson. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. Jayhawks lead by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Jayhawks leading by 7. Baker out there with Cunningham. Then it's AI. Then it's Williams. And it's Shorty in at the 2. Lays it up and banks it in. 10 points for Lawson.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Pass to Baker. Williams trying to break free, and Texas tacks on 2 more.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Here's G. It's tipped. Azubuike, no good.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Passes it to Coleman. He dishes it to Cunningham. AI outside. Lawson right side. Here's G. The shot, no good. Williams with the defensive effort. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Baker, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Baker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, I put that one on the defense. I mean, they can't leave him open at this stage.
Timeout called, the Jayhawks.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's team.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach of the Jayhawks was saying to his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
The shot's good. Jay's got his first points of the night. Texas trails by 7. Pass to Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. That's tipped. Got it. Good job in the low post. Cunningham's got his first points of the game.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
The shot's good from Lawson.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Baker, no good. Jayhawks leading by 7. To the right side. Lawson dishes to G. Back to Lawson. Shoots the three. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Jayhawks lead by 10.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Timeout called the Longhorns.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Player of the game, buckets.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
He took charge tonight, and it was just that type of breakout performance they needed. As they try to shake out of the slump they've been in, they'll be hoping he has more nights in him just like this one.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Dotson. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. Launches a three, and the three ball is good. Dotson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Jayhawks. The level of nuance in the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and haven't talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Jayhawks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season. And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for buckets.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards, and he came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No one covering. And the Jayhawks lead by 12.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that it wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And the Jayhawks have possession. And so the Jayhawks take the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.